Stigma, I think, breeds fear. The effects of stigma can be detrimental and devastating. I was very fortunate to grow up in a very loving environment, family that was very safe and secure. As soon as school finished, we're all down the local park for a kick of the footy during footy season. We stayed to basically it got dark and our parents would chase us up. Had a pretty good time. Was diagnosed HIV positive January 1996. Dealing with your own mortality as a 23-year-old is nothing I'd wish upon any person. And you're starting to plan your death and what you're going to do with your next 5 years, because after that you're gone. The Grim Reaper was fresh in everyone's mind, and it was such a powerful and destructive ad in the way that it told people that if someone has HIV, that they're just a danger to themselves and anyone else around them. I do remember some friends that didn't want to shake my hand afterwards, not wanting to be around me based on my HIV status. It was very upsetting. But I think it really came down to a lack of education. We needed to probably focus a little bit more on the facts of a situation rather than the sensationalism and the fear-mongering that went on. Antiretrovirals, which are HIV medications, became available, and there were some great results where people's viral load started being reduced, got it to a point where you were undetectable. My doctor encouraged me to go back and play sport. He thought it'd be extremely healthy. There was a huge benefit to be had. My club wrote on my application to the governing body that please note that this player is HIV positive, and their insurers refused to insure me to participate under the belief that I was a health and safety risk to other participants. I would have happily let it go at that point in time. However, when I spoke to my doctor, it was put to me that there's a social obligation to the community, that if I just lied over and took the decision, I was doing a disservice to others. Before I'd seen this doctor, I was believing that I'd be dead in 5 years, and I just happened to see him on the news and went and met with him for the first time, and my 5 or 10 minute consultation turned into over an hour and a half. He changed my life, he saved my life, he instilled confidence and belief back in me. What do you do, mate? It's one of those things, you either walk away or you stand up and took on the fight, which I believe to be the good fight, the right thing to do.
Matthew Hall had been playing football since he was 7. He was diagnosed HIV positive 2 years ago. Now the Victorian Amateur Football Association refuses to register him.
I unfortunately was very naive. I did not realise the media attention that the case would get.
It's been a 9-month legal battle.
I think now I feel strong enough that I can deal with it and get over it and get on with my life.
The tribunal does not conclude that it is reasonably necessary in the interests of the health and safety of other players and officials to ban Matthew Hall from playing.
I was safe to play, and it was good to have that reinforced and that confirmed by a Victorian Civil and Administrative Tribunal. That was a nice feeling, I guess, of empowerment. However, some people weren't willing to change their opinion. They were set in their ways, and as far as they were concerned, they didn't agree or accept that someone who was HIV positive was safe. I'd say it's much more challenging living with the stigma of HIV than actually living with HIV itself. I was working in hospitality at the time, and I'd been working at the same venue for many years, and once my case went public on the news, I had patrons at that venue who I'd been serving for years say to the owner that they didn't want to be served by me anymore. You feel that people are judging you, that because you're HIV positive, you were dirty, or that there was something wrong with you. I didn't get the strength of character until much later to realise that what others think about me isn't the most important thing, it's what I think about me, and that I can control my actions, but I can't control others. It took some time to build up resilience and to many a counselling session to get that belief, to just trust and believe in myself, to live a productive life and contribute meaningfully to society. I'm pretty stoked about the future. Things are going well. I've had one of the best years of my entire life. I go to the beach every day I can, so living on the Gold Coast has been amazing for me. I love it here. The taste even of the salt air, it stimulates all my senses and keeps me very grounded, and it's my happy place. I think stigma relating to HIV still exists. We can continue to educate society, and then that education should make them more understanding and a bit more compassionate, and by doing so, hopefully stigma over time will be eliminated. I've been living with it for so long that it doesn't have an impact on my daily life. If I have to be honest, I'd say it's probably had a positive impact on the person I've become, in that it's challenged me at times. I've been through some hard times relating to it, but come through the other side. So I think that being HIV positive has made me who I am today. I've met some wonderful people, some very compassionate, highly intelligent individuals, and I have a really good peer support network. HIV is not a death sentence. I encourage people to get the help and support and access the resources and tools that they may require, because everyone's circumstance is different. Be resilient, hang in there, accept there's going to be hurdles to overcome. You'll get there in the end. No reason why you can't have a long, productive life.